We have breaking news today on the government's plans for gambling ad reform. Let's go live to my colleague Andrew Clennell with these exclusive details as to what the government plans. Andrew.
Kieran, Sky News can reveal there would be a partial ban on TV gambling advertising within 2 years and an almost immediate online gambling ban in terms of ads on social media and the like, under the gambling reforms set to be taken to federal cabinet. The 2-year delay in terms of introducing the partial ban for television is due to contractual arrangements which have to be seen through. But we're not going to see the full ban that Peta Murphy and her parliamentary committee recommended. However, the government, I understand, is looking at 3 aspects it is going to target in terms of when these ads can be aired. One is around saturation, which we see at the moment. The other is around when children are watching television. And the third area is around the issue of gambling advertising during sporting matches, which of course has been very controversial. And we've heard speculation it could be banned an hour each side of sporting matches. You can also speculate there that it'll only be late at night that these ads are aired. But very much on the mind of the government, Communications Minister Michelle Rowland is leading this, is the amount of online advertising on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter and the like. And that is why they would be targeted initially. As I understand it, it would take until about mid-2026 for a television ban to be implemented, for that to be effective, and accompanying that at the same time would be an outdoor ad ban. Also plans potentially to work with the states, given they own stadiums, or have a say over how stadiums are run in terms of banning this sort of advertising on sporting jerseys. So we really are looking at big reform. Tim Costello is daily, it seems, the anti-gambling advocate into the government on this. A government source pointed out to me it took 20 years to ban tobacco ads in Australia. And when you consider that, this announcement isn't far away. And it is a big reform which they hope will have some meaning. But controversially on the weekend, another minister with the carriage for these gambling reforms, this package soon to be announced after a cabinet discussion, Amanda Rishworth, said there would be no national gambling regulator. This is one of the key recommendations from that parliamentary committee report, which included the late Peta Murphy, who was a driving force behind it. Here was Amanda Rishworth surprising her colleagues with these comments on Sunday Agenda. Will you be setting up that regulator, and what would their role be?
Obviously, any national regulator would involve states and territories handing over their powers to the Commonwealth. So, look, we are working, as Minister, I'm working very closely with my state and territory counterparts.
Do you think they'll hand over those powers?
I do think they will do it. Oh, no, I'm not suggesting they would hand over those powers. What I'm suggesting is, in the essence of that recommendation, was about better national coordination. That's at the heart of the recommendation.
Would you like to see that national regulator, and would gambling companies be levied to pay for it?
I have been working very well with my state and territory counterparts. They have, we have together brought in a number of reforms, really important reforms, and have worked really closally together.
I just want to briefly ask you again, do you think there'll be a national regulator set up? Yes or no?
Well, look, look, at this point, that is not in the discussions with states and territories.
Andrew, as you said, some significant changes, but not a blanket ban. That won't please some of the advocates, including the Teal Independents.
Yeah, and I think the feeling behind that is they don't just want to collapse media in this country, traditional media, the TV companies, including us, of course. We're tied in with Foxtel. We run the ads, but, you know, free to air as well. There's a feeling within government that they don't have to go the absolute whole hog. I guess there'll be this period of respite, which I've revealed this morning, which is just under 2 years, as I understand it, before the ban comes into effect. Bookmakers prevented, essentially, from advertising on Facebook and these other sites, Kieran, so they can hit it at the source rather than relying on social media companies playing ball. And then a TV ban to target three things, as I said, including when children are watching, including just stopping the saturation of these ads, which parents don't like. Peter Dutton's also spoken out against it, and stop them being such a focus of the sport we watch on television. So I guess the government will say, look, it's still a pretty extensive ban that we're introducing. We just aren't going to have them not on late at night, for example, at all, these gambling ads. Yes, it will cause some controversy, but they've already made some reforms. The government, for example, banning credit cards being used for online gaming. I don't think many people could argue that they are having a crack when it comes to cracking down on online gaming in this country.
Andrew Clennell, thanks for that exclusive. Appreciate it.